You're listening to the Mike and Carla Morning Show.
I think you guys been playing games with me.
On 96.3 KKLZ.
Carla, we have Rock and Roll Hall of Famer John Anderson from the band Yes on the phone.
Hey, John. Good morning.
Carla, how you doing?
We're doing great. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from my studio, which is the cottage in my house in Central California in the middle of a beautiful forest.
I wouldn't expect anything else from John Anderson, a member of one of seriously the best bands of all time.
It's like one of the big super groups, and now we can say Rock and Roll Hall of Famer John Anderson of Yes.
Yeah, now I'm famous.
Yes, now you are, John.
After all these years, John, what the hell took so long?
I don't know, because people would say, are you in the Hall of Fame? You're going to be in the Hall of Fame. And I said, about time.
I would think that's a lot of you guys from that era are saying that made music what it is today, that stands the test of time. They're going, hey, what about those guys or those guys over there? Why aren't they in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we made it. We're cool. We're cool now.
Well, in there with some of the greats. And boy, you guys went in. What a cool class that you had that went in this last time around.
Yeah, I mean, Pearl Jam and ELO and so many wonderful people. Joan Baez, she was so wonderful.
You know, John, do you watch? I mean, you guys were, back in the day, you had such a unique sound. Did you watch, and I know you knew them prior to this, but did you watch a band like Pearl Jam that came along with kind of a raw sound, almost taking it back, and say, this is interesting, or this is nothing new, or what a sound?
I think Eddie, the singer, just had this power, and the lyrics, of course, were amazing. It was around, just before them was Nirvana, one of my favorite bands of all time. They're just that energy of, pushing people away. We're coming through and we're going to make music and this is going to be great. And that's what you need when you create a first band. When Yes first started, we just didn't think about anybody else. We just had to get out there and perform new music.
So, John, when all of you guys showed up at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, what was that like? Because it had to be, there were strained relationships. They had fired you from the band. You get back together. Is everybody okay? Was everybody cool?
Yeah, it was real great. I think I was more nervous than anything. And, there's 10,000 people around. Usually you're backstage getting ready to do a show. And there we were sitting around having a drink or two and getting ready. And then all of a sudden you're on stage. And it was over and done before you knew it. And it's only when you saw it on HBO, you thought, hey, we weren't too bad.
All right, John, we'll let you go. But hey, one more question. Do people recognize you now more since the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing as opposed to before?
I get a lot of smiles and waves now.
Well, he's like this little guy in the forest in his own little...
Apparently you don't get out of there much, John.
Well, I just go to a local store. I'm a chef. I love cooking. And me and my wife, we have just a wonderful time being here. We're surrounded by all sorts of animals. We've got 3 wild cats, 2 skunks, deer and rabbits and everything running around all the time creating havoc.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. That is great.
Coming to the Smith Center Thursday night, August 31st, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band, Yes, with John Anderson. And John, good catching up with you.
Thanks, Mike, and thanks, Carla. Lots of love to you guys.